All right, it's only 6 slides. I'm going to keep it short because of the time. Normally it's about 20 minutes, so I'm going to go through a lot of this material relatively quick. And if anybody wants to take it into more detail, certainly we can have a one-to-one about that. So, cybersecurity, you hear a lot about it in the news, and you hear about a lot of big companies getting hacked. What about the small businesses? You don't hear about them. Very often small businesses put their heads in the sand, and there's a lot of fallacies from the point of view of the small business owner. So we're going to start with that. Okay, some common misconceptions. I'm too small. My data's not important to the hackers. I'm not in a critical industry. I have cyber insurance, so I don't really need to worry. I don't need to do anything else. I have antivirus, a firewall, so you don't need to do any more. Cybersecurity is very expensive and doesn't contribute to my bottom line. So let's get into that in a bit more detail. Now, you may be too small, maybe small rather, but think about your clients, your customers. Who are they? You may be doing business with a much larger entity, and the hackers will get to them through you. So you are the low-hanging fruit. Now, you're right about your data. It's not important to the hackers at all, but it's important to you. And you will pay very dearly to get your data back if you get hit with ransomware. Now, critical infrastructure, I mean, it's a definition that is put out by the government, but I can argue that every industry is critical because of the interdependency of the economy. Again, going back to who your clients are. Maybe you're not in a quote-unquote critical industry, but maybe one of your clients is, and again, the hackers are going to go get to them through you. You are the low-hanging fruit. Now, in regards to cyber insurance, cyber insurers have gotten hit very badly with all these incidents with ransomware. They have had some very big payouts. It's a big loss to them, and they are working to get smarter. And now they're now at a point where that's even to get cyber insurance, you have to have the proper cyber hygiene in place before you can even get it, because they're looking to minimize their losses. It's like any insurance. Now, in regards to like antivirus and firewalls, those are all good tools, and you should use them. But they're a tip of the iceberg. They're protective technology, and certainly you can use those and other protective tools. But it's like it's the castle mode approach, and hackers are the odds are in their favor because they're going to keep trying and trying. If any hacker that has enough resources and determination is going to get into any network at any time, just put that right out there. So they'll try once, try twice, try 1,000 times, they will get in. So they're going to get into your castle, and you have nothing to do, no strategy in place to how to deal with that. They've gotten past your outer defenses. Now they're in. Now what? Now, as regards to cost, yes, cybersecurity can be a significant investment, but think of the cost to your business. You can potentially lose the entire business as a result of a cybersecurity breach. So think about that cost versus the cost of implementing a proper cybersecurity plan. How am I doing on time?
5 minutes, 20 seconds.
Okay. Okay, so it's not hopeless. Yes, the term hacker will get into any network, but there is a solution. It's called cyber resiliency. I mean, it's putting it into a different perspective, it's like taking care of your body. You're going to get sick eventually with the virus, and you get COVID. But if you do the proper protocols, you take your vitamins, eat the proper diet, you do your exercise, you'll still get sick, but will not be quite as bad. You won't wind up in the hospital. Whereas if you didn't do those things, you would wind up in the hospital and you die. It is no different with cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is a multi-pronged strategy that, yes, you have protective technology in place, but you also have strategies on how to deal with what happens if they get into your network. What if one of your employees clicks on a phishing email and their desktop computer gets compromised? If you didn't have a strategy in place, those hackers can move around your network and get from computer to computer until they get to the crown jewels, your data, and then it's too late. Whereas if we had a strategy in place, we have detection tools running that will detect that exploitation on that particular system, and you'll have people that are monitoring those tools, and they'll take an action to isolate that computer from the rest of the network. So now the hackers can't do anything, and you stop them in their tracks. So yes, we had the cyber incident, but no breach occurred. That's where you need to get to with cybersecurity. And bottom line is that it's a more comprehensive strategy using technology tools and people and processes to enable that to make sure that you're cyber resilient, that yes, the hackers may get through, but you can still sleep easier knowing that you have the proper strategy. And the strategy is not set and forget. It's continuous monitoring and watching of the network. You, as a business owner, and your team need to simulate a potential incident to know what you're going to do when the almost inevitable cyber attack happens. I'm going to leave it at that. As far as steps to get there, we assess what you have to see where you're strong, where you need more work. We put together an action plan. Again, seeing is looking into putting processes as well as people to augment the protective technology you have in place. And it's not set and forget. It's ongoing monitoring, management, maintenance, practicing of potential cyber attacks. It's never set and forget, because the hackers are not set and forget either. They're very innovative people, and they're going to keep trying. So you, as the business owner and your team, need to be proactive and have a comprehensive strategy. And I'm going to leave it at that. And if anybody's interested in learning more about that, anybody here or anybody in social media, here's my contact information and my QR code. Feel free to scan that and schedule a time to meet. And I'm going to now leave it open for questions. I'll leave this out for about a minute or so.